Greetings, dear ones. Today we shall be discussing about Chapter 5, Section C, An Approach to Comprehension. And you may be knowing that comprehension is the integrated part of your question paper. And comprehension, like composition, is asked for 20 marks. Now, comprehension for us, it is a small passage on which we have to write down the answers. But many a times we fail to understand the context of comprehension, so we are unable to write proper answers. So in order to get the proper marks and not to lose, we have to study here the facts and some ideas how we can understand the comprehension, plus in what way we should attempt the questions based on the comprehension. So here are some good ideas which will eventually help you to understand the comprehension, and if you follow these tactics in a better way, definitely you will get good marks in the comprehension. So here we will be discussing about some points regarding the understanding the basics of comprehension, plus we are analyzing one passage with the answers. So thoroughly everything will help you to understand it in a better way. Let's understand here how the comprehension is important. In English language, the most important thing is to understand the language. And when we understand the language, when we comprehend it properly. Comprehend means to understand. And that is one of the most important fact you have to understand. Now whatever comprehensions are asked, if you just take a look at that, the exercise is a test of our understanding. Look at the questions and the summary what is asked into the comprehension. You will understand that they will test your knowledge about how much have you understand the comprehension, and based on that you will write down the answers. So a comprehension exercise consists of a passage which questions are set to test the pupil's ability to understand the content of given text. And it is widely accepted they wanted to check it out that how much do you understand the context of the comprehension, and that is the basic aim of comprehension, and how one student can infer the information and meanings from it, how you draw the meaning, how you understand the concept clearly. Based on that you will write down the answers. So basically the understanding of comprehension is one of the most important part before writing the answers. For that, what can be done? Here are some points which will help you to focus on how to write the comprehension in a better way. Look at here, these points will definitely help you while attempting the comprehension exercise. We are talking about comprehension exercise. For that, you need to understand what is the comprehension mean and what does the comprehension contain. It's a story and it's a meaning you have to understand. Then you can go for exercise. Let's see. Point 1. Read the passage quickly once to get a general idea of the theme. This is the first thing you should do it. You know that in reading there are 2 points are there, that is skimming and scanning. This means one time you can read faster, one time you can read slow. This is the first method you should apply while reading the comprehension. Read quickly one time and to get a general idea or theme. Do not try to understand full passage at one reading. You won't be able to understand that. So if you do this, then what will happen? When you do this, then do not preoccupied with the answering particular question. When you just read it in quickly, you will just understand that questions cannot be written in a very hurry up way. So first of all, quickly read the passage. Second, read the passage again slowly and carefully. Second time what you do? Second time, read slowly, sentence by sentence. Try to understand the details about it, and you will know each and every detail of this comprehension along its theme and its meaning. And if you come across a word you don't know, keep it in mind, many of the words in the passage we are not familiar with. Then what shall we do? Try to work out its meaning through the context. Now, how to understand the meaning of that? Read the full sentence, try to infer the meaning from the full sentence, and then try to get that word meaning. That is a possible way we can do it, because many unfamiliar words can be there in comprehension. So slow reading will help you to understand new meanings of the words. Third point you should keep it in mind. After reading the questions, read the passage again. Now what you do? Then you go for reading the questions. Once you read all the questions, then once again try to read the passage again. Because of this, what happens? Look at the questions and without mentally the location in the passage where the information required for each answer lies. Do not start writing immediately. The most useful work is done while you make yourself familiar with the passage and the questions. Now what you can do, try to find out the location of the answers and then immediately do not start writing the answers. This is not the comprehension based on what? Line to line answers. So first you need to find it out in which paragraph or where shall we get the answer of particular question, that you can point it out, but immediately do not start writing. Next point, you can just try to make sure, that is, make sure that you understand the questions. Sometimes the questions use a different pattern, different words, so we may get confused. Do not try to be. Understand the question first of all, then only you will be able to write down the answers of that. Then what can be done for that? Rephrase the questions in a simple term. Try to make the terminology of the question simplest for you. Very often the students just glance through the questions without trying to understand their implications. Consequently, they fail to give complete answers to the questions. Sometimes we read only half question. This half question may not give you the perfect idea, so you may write incomplete answer. Sometimes in the questions there are sub questions, means 2-3 questions are combined in one question, so you need to read the full questions properly and then go for writing. So this 4 point let you tell you that you should not be very hurry up in order to write down the answers of comprehension. You need to understand slowly and then attempt the answer accordingly. Take a look at few more points which will help you to write in a better answers of that. Here, point number 5. Make sure what you write is relevant. This means according to the question, are we writing the answers or not? Then what shall we do? Answer to the point and then stop. Refer back to the question to make sure that your answer contains the information that is asked for or nothing more. Stick to the point. That is necessary. Sometimes while writing the answer, what shall we do? We are doing that where the answer is mentioned, back of that 1-2 sentences, front of that 1-2 sentences, all together we make up our answer. Please not to make it like that. Up to the point and where you got the hint that this is the complete answer of the question asked, please stop it. That is most important work you have to do, so it will make your answer relevant to the question. 6th point, use your own words as far as possible. Keep it in mind, use your own words. The board suggests you that you should use your own words. That is called as understanding of comprehension. It is not mugging or copying of the comprehension. what we try to do, we try to relate some words of the question and find out the same words in paragraph or comprehension, and we try to write down answer without knowing its a context. That is not acceptable at all. You need to understand that. For this, what we can do, however, it may not be always possible to use completely different words when the technical terms are involved or words used in the passage are simple enough. So in your own words, in the sense, wherever required, there we can try to be, but all the questions not possible. For example, some technical meanings, technical definitions are asked, then you should copy as it is. Then some words are there or the passage is very simple one in simple sentences, then we can easily copy that sentences, there is no doubt at all. But as far as possible, use your own words and structures. The purpose of setting comprehension exercise is to find out whether student understand the passage or not. If you merely copy the exact set of words from the passage, you do not show that you have understood the passage. Copying merely the answers from the passage will let the examiner know that you are only copying the answers without understanding the comprehension. Then he will understand and accordingly you will grade the marks. So that should not be done. Wherever possible, use your own method, own words. Wherever not possible, you can attempt the answers according to the comprehension given there. Next point number 7. Keep to the facts given in the passage. Whatever facts are given, stick to it. For that, what we can do? Just take a look at here. You may have a lot of information from the various sources on the theme of the passage. Your answer must be based on the facts given in the passage unless you are directed to give information which is not given in the passage, like giving your opinions, arguments, etc. Sometimes what happens, suppose the topic is sometimes you may feel that the topic I know very exactly and some other information out of the comparison also I can write very easily. If it is not asked your own answers, then do not try to put your own ideas and answers into the question. That is not acceptable at all. If the question is asked, write your own opinions, then you can draw the attention or the ideas from outside. But please, while writing the answers from the comprehension, you should attempt it from the comprehension itself. That is a must. Okay? To understand that, to emphasize once again, the purpose of comprehension exercises is to show that you have understood the given passage and not to show how much you know about the theme from the other sources. These kind of questions are asked just like give your opinions. These are asked in order to let the examiner understand that you have some knowledge about this comprehension plus other themes related to it. If you do not write what is given in the comprehension and write out of the comprehension, definitely the examiner will get your impression that you are not understanding the comprehension. You are simply copying your own ideas. That is not acceptable at all. Next point number 8. Answer in the complete sentences unless you are told not to do so. Sometimes you could present the information in a single word, but you are required to express your clearly in good English, that is in complete sentence. We have a habit to write down the answers in a shortcut way. For example, why the narrator has given this context. When you write such kind of a question, directly we start writing with the word because. Please not to do like that. We should write the sentence properly. How we can begin this? We can begin that the writer added this context into the comprehension because. So write in a complex, complete sentence. That's a common sense. If it is asked to write down the answer in one word, that you can write in one word, no issue at all. But if it is asked to write other questions, you must be complete in writing the answers. That you should keep it in mind. This is the point number 8. Hope that these points one by one are helping you to understand the comprehension and what should you do in order to get the better nice marks in the comprehension. Okay, let's take a look at few more points. Point number 9. Answer in the same tense as that of the question. This is one of the most important thing. You should keep it in mind while writing the answers. Look at the questions. What does he see? If you see this question's tense is simple present, so your answer also has to be simple present. Look at here, he sees. Do not try to change the tense, it will have the bad impression, or the examiner will think that you don't know anything about the comprehension. Next question you see, what did he see? Did, simple past, so answer also has to be in simple past tense, he saw. So this is one of the most important thing, you should keep it in mind. And the last point to keep it in mind for writing the better comprehension, that is, when you have written your answers, you should always refer back. This means once you write down the answer and completed all the answers of the questions, what you should do, check whether your answer is relevant and complete in all the aspects. Go through all the answers you have written, check it out that you have written the question answer accordingly. Second thing, you have added in that question whatever is asked. That information you have to check it thoroughly, and if you check that and if you feel that there is no correction required, then your comprehension is done properly. So hope that it's all 10 points. If you read 1-2 times, you will understand that what are the basic things you should have to follow while making the comprehension best one, how you can attempt it in a proper way. I hope that this explanation will definitely guide you how you should attempt the comprehension hereafter. Some basic things I would like to revise, that is, read one time fast, second time read slowly, third read the questions, then read the passage again. After that, what we can do, understand the question and then attempt the answers relevantly. Write in your own words, that is also next point. Next one, try to write the facts which are given into the question itself. Next important thing, you should keep it in mind the tense of the question. And the last point, do recheck it. You cannot be very lenient in writing the comprehension. Do recheck it. Spare some time to recheck the answers. This is how we can try to attempt the comprehension. Hope this one will definitely help you to solve and get the nice marks in comprehension. Now we shall take a look at here one comprehension analysis. Hope finally this one also will add some more information and will help you finally. Now we will have the analysis of comprehension based on the facts we have discussed earlier. So here you can see there is a comprehension passage, and this comprehension passage is about how to discover the cause of yellow fever, and there some experiments have been made on human. What were the results and how the results were. So how yellow fever causes. Based on that, this is the topic. Now as I read it 2-3 times, you also have to read it 2-3 times according to the instructions given earlier. Then you need to understand the topic first, and that is what the topic of this comprehension is. Okay, now we will go to the question answers and try to correlate according to the topics we have. Basically here you can see there is a conclusion of that, what final decision or conclusion they have got regarding the causes of yellow fever and how they have discovered with the practical knowledge, and finally their efforts came true. Now that's about something knowledge about the passage. Here, now just take a look at the questions, and there are some model answers for your basic understanding. Okay, so this will be the structure, that is a fixed one for your board exam. Question number 1, 3 meanings you have to write down, then few of the questions, and last question as it is summary writing in 50 words. That pattern is a fixed one. So what matters in that? Understanding the comprehension very properly, and then according to the facts we have studied it, we have to write down the answers. So here some suggested answers are there, and how these answers have written according to the passage, just go through it and you will get the more ideas how to attempt the answers of comprehension. Okay, first question, meanings, ravages, a barrier, and third one, between endeavor and accomplishment. So there is one word and you need to write down the meaning of that. Here you can check it out. The first one answer, ravages, it means evil effects and the destruction. You can write the answer in one word or in a phrase also. Barrier, an obstacle. Between endeavor and accomplishment means between effort and success. So this is what the general answers of the new words or the vocabulary you should attempt it. Now question and answers. Briefly answer the questions briefly in your own words. Focus on this. So you can read the questions properly, and then you understand what type of questions are there and how to attempt it. First question, briefly explain the mosquito theory. And you have to explain briefly. Look at the answer here. The answer is, according to the mosquito theory, a person can contract yellow fever by being bitten by a mosquito which had previously bitten a person suffering from a yellow fever. This means it is a contagious disease. And look at that, the sentence pattern and how it is written in a simple, perfect language that would be acceptable. So this is how you have to attempt the question. Next question, take a look at. According to the passage, who died in the process of proving the truth of the theory? So you need to write down person's name, and the answer for this one is, you can see here, the answer is Dr. Lazier contracted yellow fever and died within a few days. You cannot write this answer only as a Dr. Lazier. You need to attempt it in a full sentence, and that is also the important point. Look at the next question. Question number 3. For whom did Dr. Reed say, "Gentlemen, I salute you," and why? And look at the answer begins here. Dr. Reed said, "Gentlemen, I salute you for the 2 soldiers who volunteered their services for the experimental purposes." He said so because of the exemplary behavior of the 2 soldiers who volunteered for the experiment, knowing fully the consequences of their decision. Look at the sentence, first of all, has been written in a full sentence, and then explanation of why it is given in detail by using the proper word and the structure. Question number 4. How did the commission prove that the disease was not contagious? And the answer, you can just note it down here. The commission proved that the disease was not contagious by conducting an experiment which 3 men slept in all ill-ventilated room for 20 nights, screened from mosquitoes but containing furniture and clothing, which had been in a close contact with the yellow fever patients. None of these 3 men contracted yellow fever. Fifth one. What is meant by the martyrs to scientific investigation? There is one more sub question. Why were Dr. Lazier and Dr. Mayers described as martyrs to scientific investigation? So here 2 sub questions are there, and you have to attempt the answer of both in a proper way. And the answer should be, according to the passage, martyrs to the scientific investigation refers to the people who laid down their lives willingly for the cause of science. Dr. Lazier and Dr. Mayers are described as the martyrs to scientific investigation because they risked their lives to discover the cause of yellow fever, and both of them died after contracting the diseases. Look at that, how simple and in their own particular words the answer are written, and that method you should follow it. And the last question you will have probably, that is, in not more than 50 words, state how the cause of yellow fever was discovered. So in 50 words itself you should attempt only the causes of fever discovered, only the causes, nothing else. So already we have discussed about the topic of summary writing, and you have already given some hint and the explanations too. Here the best ready-made example for you, take a look at. First of all, 10 lines into 5, we can make a box. It will have 50 words. Look at each word, each column box contain only single word with the full stops and the commas, that you should keep it in mind. Look at the answer, how it is written. The commission conducted 2 experiments. In the first, 3 soldiers sleeping in a mosquito screen room containing goods used by yellow fever patients did not contract the disease. In the second, John Moran allowed himself to be bitten by mosquitoes, contracted yellow fever, proving that yellow fever is caused by mosquito. Finish. This is how we can attempt the summary too. So read the questions properly and follow the hints and the guidelines we have discussed in this chapter. Hopefully it will definitely help you to score good marks in that. That's all for the comprehension. We will be getting back with a new chapter and something new variety. Till then, goodbye. See you soon.